What's up, Aquarius? This is Jesse with 44 Astro with a general tarot reading for the full moon coming on August 30th and 31st. This will be a super blue moon. Super moon means it's going to be 14% bigger in the sky because it's closer to Earth, because it is in perigee with the Earth, which means it's when it's in its elliptical orbit is as close to Earth as it can possibly get. Blue moon just means second full moon in a calendar month, and those two together make it pretty rare, and a blue moon in of itself only happens 1.2.7 years. It will be conjunct Saturn. It will be in the 27th mansion of the moon. I will put a picture up so you can read about the 27th mansion of the moon, what it's good for and what it's not good for. It's mainly about healing, but you don't want to start anything new. This conjunction will start when the moon is in Aquarius, so in your sign, and then it will go until the moon is full into Pisces. It'll be 7 degrees Pisces at 9:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is also opposite the sun in Virgo. The Saturn has been opposite the sun for a little while now, even when it was in Leo. And for Aquarius, as far as houses, only if you're an Aquarius ascendant, it will be in your second or your first house, depending on the degree of your ascendant. That's where the cards wanted to stop. And with this energy, you're talking about unconscious or dreams coming to light and being healed in some way, like having vivid dreams, because the moon can represent that, as well as Pisces. Saturn will make things sick or kill them even, or put boundaries around them or restrict them in some way. Saturn is boundaries. Saturn's rings are boundaries. Also, it could be that the moon is the mother. So it could be you find that there's an illness in your mother and then it is brought to light and healed. Could be because Virgo can represent physical health as well as healing in of itself. It could be you find something in yourself that needs to be healed and you bring it to the forth, whether it be physical or emotional or even psychological. Because Virgo also represents little fuzzy animals. It could be that you find some animals and they need medical attention from like a vet, or that you have a pet that needs to go to the vet, that type of energy. Either way, it's going to be some restrictive energy. With you being in the second or first house, it could literally affect your personal physical health, or the way you operate in the world, or the way you see yourself. Second house, of course, would involve your money. The way you make money, boundaries or restrictions around that, or some kind of healing that has to be brought to light, or something secret at work has to be brought to light to be healed. This is the card. Also, the yogis during this time practice something called Ekadashi. Ekadashi is fasting. The yogis, it's a time for healing for you, by the way. The yogis understand that the cycles of the universe and the cycles of an individual, microcosm, macrocosm, are intertwined. And that they know that there is a day between a 40 and a 48-day cycle where their body, their digestive system needs to reset and they will not eat. But for the average individual, we do not necessarily know that because we may not be that in touch with the universal energies. And make no mistake, they are. If you look at the cycle of the moon, which is 28 days, and then the cycle of a menstrual cycle for a woman, which is an average of 28 days, you see that that's an example of us being intertwined. But anyway, for the average individual, especially over in India and in the Hinduism and yogic traditions, they will fast for 3 days before the full moon and 3 days before the new moon, and on the day of the full moon and the new moon, so that they have a better chance of catching that day. Now, also, if you decide to fast, instead of Saturn taking something from you, maybe if you offer something up, like just eating a little bit, he may be less willing to take something from you if that's what he was willing to do, or what he was trying to do. Also, fasting is healthy. If you've read any studies on intermittent fasting, if you fast for at least 16 hours or more, intermittent fasting specifically, your body will enter into what's called autophagy, and that is when your body starts to eat itself. And if you do this for too long, of course, you'll starve to death. But if you just do it for a little while, your body will start to eat your bad, damaged, or diseased cells to feed your good cells. And you can look this up. Autophagy is a real thing. I'm not a medical professional. I'm not necessarily telling you or giving you advice. This is educational and entertainment purposes only. But with that being said, we'll get to the reading now. And your moon card was a time for healing. So that's good. I mean, and the 27th mansion of the moon is all about healing. with things being brought to light from the unconscious. It could definitely be about healing, especially with Pisces and Virgo. Even with Satan, which is Saturn, the devil being involved. And the sun is also involved, which is the Son of God, or the bringer of life, Jesus Christ. That's the good and evil in our solar system, and it's represented in our religion, and they're based off of those two planets. Make no mistake about it. Just like the tarot is based off astrology. Astrology is tied into it all. Microcosm, macrocosm. It's in our cells in our body look like a solar system for a reason. It's all intertwined and moving together. Yeah, but your current situation looks like about a message that caused some kind of argument or squabbling, some kind of secret that was revealed, or some kind of whisperings behind someone's back, somebody keeping secrets, some kind of sneaky communication. I only say that because the moon's there in the Page of Swords, and it caused some kind of argument. The question could be about that. Something, could be a bad dream too. Definitely could be a question about like a vivid dream that you had or bad dream. Definitely could be. It's like a message that's making people argue for some reason, and it kind of came out of nowhere, and people were unaware of it, and it got brought to light, kind of thing, like a secret that got brought to light, or some kind of hidden situation that was now brought to light, and your question is about it. The current path you're on has the Chariot, the King of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. If you're cusp Pisces, I would suggest watching Pisces if you are, but it could be you if you're cusp Pisces, or if you have water in your chart in some way. Looks like it could have something to do with money or a vehicle, because the Chariot is there. Something to do with a water sign specifically, Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. Looks like some kind of offer being made, maybe an offer of money or something valuable being offered to this King of Cups, if it could be you. And it could be an offer made for your vehicle, like they're trying to buy it from you. But it could be an offer in some way to help you move forward. It could be something to do with what you do at work, and this could have happened at work. Something suddenly happened at work. Some kind of message came in at work. Everybody's arguing. Maybe you work at a car dealership. Maybe something like that. It could just be moving forward in some way. We'll get some clarifiers. It could be that you definitely are moving forward, financially and emotionally. Could be that too. But you're trying to move forward emotionally and financially, materially and spiritually, that kind of thing. Looks like, or it could just be something being offered, right? On this other path, now, some Aquarians could be on that path, some Aquarians can be on that path, or you may have a choice between these two paths. This is something being offered again, but this time you're not choosing to see it. Over here it's being offered, and maybe you see it because it's valuable. Over here, maybe you're like, I don't see it. In this case, it may be an offer of love, right? Or a new beginning in love. And, it could be a marriage proposal because you got the Justice card there. It's something to do with like being official courts, but it could be something to do with courts in some way, balance specifically. Looks like somebody's offering you the big cup, and you're kind of weighing the decisions whether they're being truthful about it. Like whatever this message is, maybe stirred the pot a bit, and maybe they're offering you this cup of love, and you're like, I don't know. I gotta weigh the options. I gotta see the truth and the justice in the situation. And it's saying what they're offering you probably is the truth and justice, So even you might be refusing to see it, but it's the truth. And maybe in this message, it feels like maybe there was a lie at some point in time said or something figured out. But what they're offering you this time, they're putting the truth on the table, even if they lied before. Or maybe that's the thing. It's like whoever this individual is or what is being offered to you, they came out of nowhere, this secret or this whatever made this message, it made individuals squabble because it's about something that was unknown. Maybe it is the truth. If that's the question, it is the truth. And maybe in this path, it is the truth, but you just don't see it. Over here, you probably see it and you see the value of it, and then you can move forward with it. With the heartbreak card here, maybe it could definitely be due with a relationship. Maybe somebody lied in a relationship, or maybe there's an argument in a relationship. Because the advice has the broken heart card. Three of Swords, maybe saying don't be brokenhearted, right? It could be with a fire sign. And then, it's like a new beginning. Maybe, because this can be like a passionate sexual type card. This could be a new beginning and something you're passionate about, or maybe they were passionate about, and maybe you think that they were going to break your heart, or maybe you feel like you were going to break their heart. Maybe there's somebody else that came in the picture, and that's what the argument's about. And you could be with a fire sign, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. You could have fire in your chart in some way. And that could just be how you're being. You're being fiery and passionate about the situation because you feel like maybe you're being lied to. Could be a breakup. Could be they're trying to offer you. They're like, please take me back. That kind of thing. And if you're not in a relationship, it could be that somebody's offering you a relationship and you're like, I'm not going to have it. That type of thing. Or I'm not really interested. Or they're not really interested in you either way. This is the outcome, though. It's like the seeds that you planted with victory. You got 2 sixes here. You got the 6 of rods and the 6 of cups with the 7 of pentacles. So, you're victorious either way. And generous. You're victorious and generous. Like, people are going to see you that way, riding forward. People are going to be admiring you. Like, from whatever these seeds that you planted are, you're going to be recognized in some way. And if it's at work, it could be like falling out of friends at work. It says a time for healing, though. So it could be literally something with your heart. Like you had heart trouble in some way, or somebody that had heart trouble in some way, and they're healing. And there could be an argument about the situation, because it's a tense situation when people end up getting hurt, even if it's just yourself. And it could just be healing from an emotional type situation. It feels like an argument that maybe somebody said some things that really upset you, or you said something that upset them, kind of thing, or both, and maybe you feel like your heart was broken because of it. But I think you're going to come out on top. That's what it looks like. Even if it's not in a love situation, even if it's like at work or something like that, you're going to be healed. You're going to be made whole in the situation somehow. You're going to be seen and admired, and maybe if it's a problem at work or something that got everybody, you find the solution for it, right? And you're the one that's recognized for doing that. And you may get like a promotion or a raise. That might be what the Knight of Pentacles is about and the King of Cups. It'd be like you handled the situation and you did well. Maybe you work with, like, as a counselor or helping people in some way, giving advice, those types of things. Maybe it was a rough situation with a specific client, like in a therapy standing or situation. Because you might get paid to help with people's emotions, that type of thing. You help them move forward in their life. It could definitely be something like that. And Aquarians are generally, all about helping the collective, specifically helping others, for the sake of everyone. At least at the highest manifestation of Aquarius. For sure. It says it's time for healing. Could be that you're the one talking to someone to get your healing. And with this conjunction, this moon and this Saturn and the sun, it could definitely be the case, And it could be you're talking to someone about something that broke your heart, maybe in the past or even recently. And it's something that has to be brought forth. And it's time for healing. That's what it says, time for healing. So you're going to heal and you're going to be made whole because the outcome is good. It could be people that you're in your past that you talk to and rely on. They help you. It could be someone just offering you good advice and love. Right on this path over here, you can't really see it. Someone is offering you the big cup, though. And over here, that you're being offered something valuable as well. Maybe you're even paying to talk to someone, or they're paying you to talk to you, like a professional psychiatrist. Or maybe you are. Or even just a counselor, therapy, that type of thing. Could be for a relationship. Could just be with your interactions with, the world at large right there. Could have to do with money, too. Could be upset about a situation with money or a job. The question, it could be something that happened at work for sure, because, you have the 9 of Pentacles there with the 7 of Pentacles, and you have the Prince of Cups. And the princes in this deck are always moving. Looks like you're moving forward emotionally. Could be, like I said, it could be some way that you make money off of being some kind of counselor. Definitely could be that, because the Prince of Cups is like emotional type energy. Maybe you help people in some way. or maybe you want to, and the question is about doing that for a living, helping people, going maybe you're going to spend money to go to school and move forward to do that type of thing. It's a wonderful thing, offering of yourself to help others. That's what this world's all about, is service, truly. And with this, moon in Pisces is all about service too, and so is Virgo, where the sun will be. Saturn and the moon will be in Pisces, and then the sun will be in Virgo, and those two signs are both about service and healing. I guarantee you. And it could be that's what you're doing, and if it's involved with your second house, like I said, it could be how you make money. And that's what this is talking about. Like, you're deciding whether you want to do that to make money. Talk to people, help people through. It could be marriage counselor, that type of thing. Because, squabbling right there, helping people get through that. And this path looks like, it's an offer for a job. Either you're paying to get that, or people pay you to get that, or you're going to pay to go to school to do that type of thing. To be, help people through things emotionally. Maybe you're contemplating doing that. And, I would say as an Aquarius, you're going to be really good at that. And that's probably what you were born to do in some way. Because Aquarius, right there. Aquarius is about that. Ending of a cycle. But abundance. With abundance and defeat. Got the Ten of Swords. I mean, you might feel betrayed in some way. But you have the Three of Cups there, which is abundance. With the Five of Swords. Ten of Swords and the Five of Swords. This is like intellectual sparring in some way. Or it could be that you felt defeat in the situation. Something ended. And you felt defeated. But you have abundance in between it. Right? It could be that's what it is. I mean, if the abundance is in between it, that's what you're doing. You're trying to help people that are like I say, marriage counselor, that felt stabbed in the back. They're thinking about divorce, that kind of thing, or that are arguing and are embroiled in arguments, and that's what you're trying to do, is help people. Or maybe it's just your friends, people that that are trying to, or that are maybe just your friends that were together, like arguing, and they were your good friends. And you're trying to help them, counsel them through it, that type of thing. Could even be on social media, right? Could be trying to help people that are arguing, and people always be arguing on the internet about just all kinds of things. It could just be like in your social sphere, your social circle. It could also be at work. Like somebody betrayed somebody at work or backstabbed the company in some way. And you're like, yo. And you're the one that resolves it. And that's why you're the one that's getting abundance. Even though, maybe they're arguing, they felt defeated, but you're helping them through it, kind of thing. Something secretive, something hidden, some kind of secretive energy in all of this. Like all of it's all, get the moon again over here in this other path. It's not seeing, saying you're refusing to see it, what's being offered to you. Maybe you felt betrayed or disappointed in the situation, right? You feel like a secret's being kept from you. Even with the High Priestess here, that's a secret card too if it wants to be. It's generally wisdom and like intuition, but it's also, it's intuition, but it can also be secrets, things hidden from you. But it could also be wisdom, right? And you got the moon. That's definitely stuff being hidden, secret stuff you have to discover. They come uncovered. And the Five of Cups would be disappointment. That's you not really focusing on the positive in the situation. Like maybe there's an overarching theme of something that happened and you're having a hard time getting over it. You're having a hard time healing from it. That's why I'd say it's a time for healing. But if you can get over it and see through it, you can really help someone heal or heal your own relationship, type of thing. Or like I said, maybe helping others in theirs. On the advice where you had the Three of Swords, it's got worry of money, completion, but you also have debauchery. Again, yeah, you could feel like somebody betrayed you in some way. Somebody might have cheated on you, or vice versa. It could be you cheated on someone, that kind of thing, for whatever reason. Because the Seven of Cups is debauchery, which is like, or debauch, which is being debaucherous, which could be something like that, or doing something ill against someone, right? And you felt like it's come to an end. It's you've worried too much about it. Now it's coming to an end. This is completion. Or maybe you had a broken heart for a while, and you're like, look, I'm done with the broken heart. I'm done thinking about this debauchery. I'm done worrying. And that's what this is saying. And on advice, it's like, stop worrying about it. Be complete. Stop worrying about the heartbreak. Start, even if, because a lot of times if you are counseling others, or if it's in your own relationship, if you focus on it too much, it can be overwhelming. Even if it's not even your situation and you're talking to other people or, about your situation, or they're talking to you about theirs, you can take that on. And part of helping individuals heal is transforming with them. So if you really want to help someone heal, you do need to kind of take it on with them to help them healing. But it looks like it may have happened to you because, it's time for healing. It looks like there's a lot of worry about it. A lot of worry about something that was done that you felt was debaucherous in some way, that was against you. Could have been somebody cheated on you. Maybe even somebody maybe not necessarily cheated, but just like came at you in the wrong way, treated you really poorly and badly. Doesn't have to necessarily be a spouse. Could just be a friend. Could be a boss at work. Anything like that. Coworker. Some random person on the street. Never know. Could be with a fire sign individual that this occurred with. And fiery people tend to be quick to anger and arguments, but we generally get over it. I say we because I have a lot of Sagittarius in my chart, but I also have a good amount of Aquarius. I'd say it's the third strongest in my chart, be Aquarius. But I'm really heavy Sagittarius and Scorpio. Scorpio is my sun. But it looks like you're coming out on top. I think you're going to look it down at all your hard work, and you're going to be recognized for it, and you're going to move forward. And maybe through your healing, you're going to be able to heal others. Like you're going to be able to give it to others what you learn in the situation, wherever the situation is. You know, there's all kinds of situations that can break our heart, but if you learn from it and use it, you can actually help others with it. I mean, that's what I do with my life. Not necessarily with just this, but I do it other ways too. And the outcome is, see, you got the Queen of Wands again. So, you know, maybe you're a fiery type individual. You have fire in your chart in some way, or it involved a fire sign. Because you have, I mean, and it's saying you made a truce with this person because the Four of Swords in this is called truce. And then the Six of Swords is science. So it's more like breaking things down and like learning about them, dissecting them, finding out what makes them work. Could be that you made a truce with this individual. Could be somebody you're beefing with, and that we all work it out in the end. And you break everything down and you make a truce. And you become friends again with whoever this fiery individual is. That's kind of what it feels like. I know it seems real specific, but I'm just reading the cards. And it says it's a time for healing. So it could be a spouse, could be an individual at work, could just be a friend, could be a family member, somebody that you had some beef with in some way. You felt betrayed. There's some kind of arguments, or you felt like that they did something that really you did not like. Even if you just observed and it wasn't done directly to you, and you have a hard time looking at this person the same way. You feel like maybe they're a secretive, sneaky type individual, or that they did something like that to someone that you know or to you, and you're like, yo, that's just it. And you're like, I'm done, cut them off, I'm moving forward. And down here, it's, the advice is saying, stop worrying about it and don't dwell on it so much. Let it heal, integrate it, think about it, bring it to the surface, acknowledge the feelings that you're having and why, and then integrate. The individuation process. Bring your unconscious to light, and it's a great time to do it with the aspects that I'm talking about, with the moon and Saturn conjunct opposite the sun. That's bringing all those things that need to be healed to the light. And it says a time for healing, and the 27th dimension of the moon is all about healing. Pisces and Virgo are all about healing. Those are the signs involved. And the first house, if it is where it's going to fall for you, if that's depending on the degree of your ascendant, if you're an ascendant Aquarius, it can be healing of self. It looks like it's with a fire sign individual, or that maybe it's that within yourself, that fiery passion within yourself that you have to kind of, stop being angry and integrate it. Anyway, Aquarius, that's all I have. With that being said, so trying to get monetized. I'm far away from it. I think I have 180 or something subscribers, which I'm grateful for every one. I'm trying to crank out content. I'm putting a lot of time, and I'm even putting money into it now with video editing software, and I'm not getting anything out of it. And I'm not asking for anything. I'm just asking for a like, subscribe, maybe a comment, even the view. If you don't want to like, subscribe, and comment, I'm more than happy with you viewing it. That's grateful for however long you viewed it. Also, I wanted to mention with this Saturn conjunction and opposition, if you're around the ages of 27 to 31, 56 to 60, 84 to 90, that's when you're going to be during a Saturn return, so you may feel these energies a little heavier right now. If you feel like fasting, I would say do it if you physically can, or even just eat really lightly, because autophagy is very beneficial. But I'll put up the ages for the Saturn return. You may feel it a lot heavier if you're during a Saturn return right now. If you're in that age group that I said, that means Saturn's back to where he was when you were born. So you're going to have a heavy Saturn transit on top, like conjunct, where you had him natally. So you'll feel it a little heavier. So I say that maybe don't go out and do anything on the full moon. It's kind of chill to stay at home. But I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just offering you my advice from what knowledge I have. With that being said, Aquarius, I'm grateful for you being here. Wish you a happy full moon, and I wish you the best. I hope to see you here again. Bye.